Lamar, congratulations. Obviously 100 caps last week, but at home this week. What the result you're after, but must be nice, I guess, to just come out and see the fans that have supported you in your journey, and obviously you had a really good moments tonight. Can you just tell us what it's like, just playing the sport you love in the city you love?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Brisbane's been home since the day I first stepped here, 2018. So, like I said earlier, like just being back in front of the fans, being back on the team, like it means the world to me. Like you said, it wasn't the results we wanted, but I think we showed we got a lot of fight, a lot of grit today. Like we came out in that fourth quarter and them guys we was throwing punches back at them, so it's definitely good signs going forward. Like getting back in front of the Bullets fans was amazing.
Stu, there was the grit there. It was just the start that plagued you there. Is it more about you leave this going as the positives, or do you look more at the negatives because the start is just not? It's not. You can't win games when you start like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think you always look at the positives, right? Especially when there's such a fight, to get back in the game. I felt we were a little flat, and tough trip coming home from Perth, and maybe that had a little bit to it. We lose Alex early in the game. Anytime you have a guy that plays a pivotal role and he gets out so quick, it throws off like the rhythm of what we're doing. Game plan, matchups. We're kind of scrambling at that point, and Melbourne's just so good at taking advantages. When they present themselves, and once we settle down, we win the second half, and we're down 3 in the second quarter. So just that early run, it's tough, puts us behind, but I couldn't be happier with the fight of the group.
Coach, Jalen Adams did not start again tonight. 29 points, season high for him. How happy are you with the way he's responded?
Yeah, real well. Like I said the other night, Jalen's a professional. He understands why the decision was made. These 2 back-to-back games, we didn't practice in between. We played really well up in Perth with like a real pace and effort and pop to it. So we just ran it back. He understood. He still plays 31 minutes tonight, and he really turned it on down the stretch, and that's what we need from him.
Lamar, how happy are you with the fight that you saw from your team tonight? Like you said, you guys were swinging down to the very last second. How happy are you with just the fight that your team showed?
Yeah, absolutely. Very happy. But like even during the game, like we were down, like it didn't feel like they were just better than us. It just felt like we just weren't playing good. And whenever that's like, it's like, all right, well, just one quick run, we can turn this thing around. And that's just what I was just trying to preach to the guys. And then back to J.A., I think J.A.'s here now. So we woke up a beast to him, and it's going to be good going forward.
Coach, my last question is just 20 turnovers.
Yeah.
How do you clean that up? Because you can't beat a team like Melbourne or anyone in the NBL with 20-plus turnovers.
No, and it was, there were sloppy moments in the game. They actually had 16. The 2 things I actually circled was the 20 turnovers and 17 for 27 from the line. And, those are probably more like mental mistakes, which come from fatigue. And, no excuses, but it's a long trip home from Perth on a short turnaround. And, we're basically playing like 6 guys and fighting tooth and nail with the top team in the league. There's no excuse, like we got to be better, with the ball. But it got real sloppy for both teams, like down the stretch. So, yeah, it's just tough. I feel like, man, we just left it out there. We make a couple more free throws, like even early in the game, like they go on their run. But I'll go back and watch the film. But man, I felt like we missed some easy layups early, like just touch shots, and we're down like 12 or 14, but it kind of felt like we're down like 6 or 7 with the way we were playing. We're just like, let's just hang on, like let's get it to like a good number for halftime, clean up a few things, make our run. So we were locked in, and the guys just played their ass off.
Lamar, what do you like what you're seeing from Tristan Devers? Like, obviously he did have a crucial slip up in the last couple of minutes there with the turnover, but outside of that, I think he sparked the defensive urgency that flipped the script in the second half.
100%. Yeah.
What do you like from him, mate?
TD,
He's pretty young.
TD's been great. Like he changes the pace.
You gotta go up against him in practice every day.
He changes the pace. He brings energy. Doesn't complain. Just one of those kids that he gets it and he understands. He just wants to get better. And and that's all you can ask from a young guy. Like, you live and die with whatever mistakes he does with out there, but he also did a lot of good, like saving the ball, late game, and stuff like that. So if he has one little mishap, like, that's all right. It's growing pains for him and going forward in his career and our season. So, like, this is good. Like, if we have that mess up early in the season, going down the line, like, I'm sure TD will be fine.
Lamar, I saw a clip today of an interview of Roman Stu Lash overseas, and he said that you sort of helped tee up or you just started a conversation with him and the coach. Have you kept in touch with him, and can you provide any more light on how you got him over there?
Oh yeah, Roman's he's one of my young fellas. Like, before he signed to Tassie, the Jack Jumpers, I was telling Pitt, like, look at this kid, and that was before, like, he even thought about college. I thought he needed college, but, you know, like, I can't tell a kid to turn down a pro contract. But, and then when all that happened and Tassie didn't work out, like, I called him again. I'm like, listen, y'all need to go do something with this kid and go after him. And then Coach Cable and they just started watching film on him and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, yeah, he's the problem. So I'm glad he trusted me with that, being able to introduce him to those guys. And I'm glad Pitt made that move on him.
Lamar, it's great because I was a fan maybe in 2016, I think, when you were here at the start getting buckets. And this year, I think your son was carving up at Ippy Grammar, and they won the premiership. What's it like, sort of, like, you're still, it seems like, in your prime, playing tonight, but then also behind the scenes, your son's at Ippy Grammar playing hoops, and you're helping Roman, you know, kick his goals overseas. Like, can you just describe what it's like being the dad, being the player, and just being a mate, and also trying to balance it all? And what's it like? Is it come true?
I mean, it's been easy, honestly. Like, my son's Aiden. Like, he's like, when he came here 2 years ago, and he pretty much was the main reason why I was like, all right, well, I got to get back in shape and get back in the league. Because, like, you can't preach to him and then not be doing it on my end. And he knew I could still do it. So it's like, all right, well, I'd rather just go show you and kind of just show you, like, hard work and how you can get rewarded by stuff like that. But, like, it's been great. Like, same thing with Roman. And then, like, both of them just in my ear, always asking questions, stuff like that. And there's a couple other young guys around Brisbane, and that's what I've been, like, fortunate to, like, even though I wasn't with the team, I was still a part of, like, the community. So I see, like, all the young guys, and when I'm in the gym with them, I'm working out with them, stuff like that. So it's good. Like, that's why I love Brisbane. Like, I'm a part of the community, and like, I'm happy to call it home.
Do you ever have battles with your son, like, on the court? Like, do you ever get some reps in with him? And he tries, but
not there
yet. The good thing about it is that we're not too far apart in age. Like, even though, like, I'm his dad, I'm still only 16, 17 years older than him. So I tell him, like, I'll probably retire before you beat me, but it's just how it is.
I just want to ask
yes.
the question that's on everyone's mind out there. You said it, Alex Dukas did not return to the game. Is there any insight that you can provide? Did he stay in the building? Did he have to leave the arena? Is Achilles like we all assumed? Or?
No. I mean, he should be fine. It's some soreness with his ankle. We'll get, like, more of understanding during the weekend, so I don't know specifically. But he was here the whole time. He was on the training table, and then he was on the bench, you know, in the second half. So it had flared up a little in Perth, and you can see some tightness, like, in layup lines. So he gave it a go, and he just wasn't running well. So, like, you know, player wellness always first. But no, it shouldn't be anything, like, serious or long term.
Hey, Josh Higgins.
Yeah, Stu, obviously, congratulations on the win, first and foremost, mate. And obviously, looking forward, maybe potentially one piece away, obviously dealing with a few injuries here and there as well. Javon Freeman, Liberty, and obviously the club have mutually parted ways over the last couple of weeks. What is the sort of player that the club is sort of looking at right now to potentially replace him? And, you know, have you got any inclination into some timelines potentially bringing a player in?
First of all, we didn't win the game tonight. We played really hard, and we put ourselves in a position to win the game. And I won't make any comments about player transactions. That's stuff we keep internal.
Is there anything else from you, Josh?
No, it's it for me.
Actually, can I jump in quickly then?
Chris Pike.
Yeah, Stu, Stu, I want to congratulate you first of all, but can you talk about Jalen's mindset in the second half? I mean, he hadn't hit a three-pointer all season, comes out, hits a three to start the third quarter, and then he takes over that game in the fourth quarter like very few players can. I mean, he almost willed you to a victory, and can you just talk about how you feel like he was able to do that and how you can get that from him more often?
Yeah, no, I think sometimes forget this is a former MVP of this league. Like, he knows what big moments are and when players need to step up. Had a really good chat with Jalen before the game, just kind of on where his mindset was and what we needed from him tonight. And, like, he's a rhythm player, and he just really hasn't found that yet. And I think it's just, there's no excuses, but we've had just so many different lineup changes and guys in and out and guys playing different roles. And, like, while he's a baller, he's not just like this uber alpha that just wants to always do it himself. Like, I think his natural inclination is to, like, make plays for others and, like, then seize the moment when he needs to. So I thought this was like that first. Like, we saw flashes of it at home against Tassie, where he really just had a command of the game. Even the first game against New Zealand, it wasn't scoring, but he was spraying the ball all over the place. We finished that game really strong. So, like anybody, confidence is important, and, hopefully he takes that from tonight, that, like, hey, man, you're here this is what we need from you. I mean, we get really good games from Casey and Ty and Jalen, and put ourselves in a position to win. And, really just felt like we were hanging on by a thread there, and, just couldn't be happier that we were able to make that run and muster it up. We could have easily packed that in midway through the third, early in the fourth, and, just kind of not quit, but like just let the fatigue and the excuse kind of take over. And that just shows the resiliency of the group. And, happy for Jalen, because, like, it's been a tough, couple of weeks for him, just kind of finding his footing and everything we're doing. But he responded big time tonight.
And just lastly, you'd have to be delighted with what you've got for the most part out of these two games in the last 3 days. I mean, it had the potential to be a really tough week just with the trips across the country in between. But you played so well on Wednesday, and then, I mean, like you said, you take out the missed free throws and the turnovers tonight, and given the way you finished the game, you could have won tonight. I mean, you take a lot out of these two games.
I do. And, a lot of it is, like, a credit to the players and the staff and, like, what we're doing here every day. And, for people to continue to question that on the outside that aren't here, and, like, I know there's a narrative out there. Like, quite frankly, it's bullshit. Like, our guys come to work every day with, like, the right attitude, the right effort. There's a total buy-in in what we're doing. And, like, for certain people to question our culture, like, you don't even know what culture is unless you're with us every day. Culture's not a thing you see. Culture's a thing you feel. And, like, I know what these guys are about. And, like, you don't give that kind of effort if you're not all in. Okay? If there's problems, we lose by 30 tonight. Like, other teams in this league are losing by that night in and night out. And we've probably had 2 bad quarters of basketball this season. So I challenge anyone on that. And, like, I believe in what we're doing. I know our guys do.
Thanks, Drew.
That's it, guys.
Thank you.
You're good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.